Hi, Ryan. Over here. I got to ask about the Rubik's Cube first. I saw you playing with that. What's the deal with that?
This is, I guess, my way of staying in moments and stuff, and like I figured out how to do it and whatnot. So I like to do it, trying to get my time down. Right now I'm at a little shy of 2 minutes, so trying to get it down.
So is there a secret to it that you can share, how to solve it quickly?
Basically, once you figure out the algorithm, and you just get faster at making the movements. And it's kind of it's not necessarily complex once you're learning it, though. Well, once you're learning it, it's kind of complex. Once you learn it, it's not. And it just kind of keeps my brain active and I like to do it in between sets when I'm working out or something like that. Try to figure out if I can do it while I'm tired or like when I'm taking ice baths or things of that nature, just to keep my brain sharp while I'm doing other things too.
That's pretty cool. So this is your first UFC main event. Does it feel different coming into this fight week?
I honestly don't think it feels different because of it being a main event and all of that. Like, I'm used to big fights and used to things of this nature. I think it feels different because I feel different as a person. Like, I'm happier. Like, I feel better. We took care of my body. I brought in a nutritionist, so like I feel good. And like, to me, it feels different because of that, not because of the magnitude of the fight.
So you mentioned that you feel happier, which is kind of funny because one of my questions was about Anthony saying that you seemed angry. So can you kind of speak on that? Why do you think he thinks that?
I think maybe the tone that came off, because it wasn't the fact that I'm angry when I said what I said. I'm not angry. I'm very, very happy. I have a lot of respect for him. I'm happy. I'm in a good place. Like, I've seen where this takes my family. Like, I've had a glimpse of it, like being able to take my wife on a trip. You got my ring? Yeah. Oh. Yeah, all right. Could you toss it to me, please? I fight for a reason. Hey, look, that's why I want to make sure I put it back on my finger. Being able to do things like taking my wife on a vacation, taking my brother, like we went to Vegas, and I like being able to get a suite and the things that we've been able to do, actually hanging out with my family, being in moments and stuff. I'm much, much happier now, seeing where this, like, because for the longest you hear, oh, you can do this or you can do that. But for the longest, when you're fighting for free, hearing that you can be champion of the world, you're looking down a dark tunnel. And now I've gotten to the point to where I can see glimpses of the light. And now it just makes me stronger, it makes me freer. And I'm happy because I'm actually seeing fruits of my labor now.
So what do you think of this matchup? What was your first thought when it was proposed to you?
Well, technically it wasn't proposed to me. I called for it after I fought Misha. Because I didn't call for him per se, I called for the spot. So whatever he thinks I have against him, I don't. That's why I said whoever shows up. After the Misha fight, I was like, only fight I knew about that makes sense for me was Smith and Crute. They were fighting each other. I was already lined up to fight Crute before, like a couple years ago, and I broke my hand. And so I was like, why not? I've taken it before, so, and Smith was already ranked number 6, and I've seen him giving people opportunities, which, that's why I say I'm not angry at him. I have respect for him because this is an opportunity for me he didn't have to give me. He didn't have to look back, because I can't guarantee you I'm going to look back when I get there. So I'll appreciate that he's actually doing this, and I understand it's a business, and he'll get paid, like he said, no matter what. He's getting paid whatever he's getting paid, to fight whoever he's going to fight. So it could either be back or forward. He's still going to. So I appreciate the fact that he did, take it. Like, I appreciate that. So I didn't necessarily call for the fight. I called for the spot, and he took it.
What do you think a win over Anthony will do for your career?
A win over Anthony, it kind of puts me in a position where, like I said, everything I've been fighting for, because in order to get the financial stability that I strive for my family, I have to beat him and I have to keep going because I have to get the belt. That's how you make the most money in this sport, is champion. Unless you're some mega superstar, but most mega superstars have fought for the title or had the title. So either way it go, I got to get there and I got to win.
Thank you.
Hey, man. You see this stuff about Anthony feeling slightly disrespected or feeling that you don't have respect for him. Do you think that's just the UFC promotional machine in work, and actually like words get misconstrued and you can lose?
I honestly don't know where it came from. For whatever reason, he feel that way, in which, I can't do anything about it. The thing is, when that came out, no one reached out to me to see if I was angry, which it really wouldn't matter because I don't do many interviews anyway. And I think the only one I did now is Gavin, and that's about the only person that I'll talk to, and I think probably you if you called. And so I don't necessarily know where it came from. No one talked to me about it before anyone went off saying, like, I think I tweeted, because DC said it that night, because I was just so happened to be watching and it came up and I was like, oh shit, that looked like me. Oh wait, that's me. Weirdest thing, man. So, because me and my wife were sitting there watching it and I was like, oh snap, all right, cool, that's what we did. And DC was like, man, Spann seems angry. And it's not that I'm angry, man. I'm fighting for something. Like, I can't let anyone take it. It doesn't matter who shows up, who it is. I can't let anyone take it. Like, it's not anger. I'm not angry. Like, now I feel like I'm in a therapy session. You're angry. I'm not angry. Woosah. But
count to 10. Deep
breaths. Let me get my balloon. But I don't know where it came from. But it doesn't matter because it won't change anything. The result's still going to be the same.
What do you think about him as a fighter? Like, in terms of his skills compared to yours? That old question.
Honestly, okay, so I have to always explain this, which is I don't watch film. So I didn't get to see much, Uriah watched a lot of them before when they were both middleweights and stuff, so I was able to get some tidbits from people here and there. But other than that, I don't watch it myself, and I don't care to watch it. So I do respect the fact that he's been where he's been for as long as he have, because he has skills. He has to have skills to be able to maintain, to be at the upper echelon of where he's. When did he fight John? Who knows? A couple of years ago, 2, 3, whatever. Either way, 2? 2019. Yeah. So for him to still be here in the top, I don't think he've ever dropped below 10, maybe. And that I don't know for sure. I just think for him to be where he is, he haven't dropped far. So for him to be where he is, he has to have skills, and I have to respect that.
This is not a sport that lends itself to longevity, right? So,
right.
So cool. Thanks, man.
I guess when you go in, I think a lot of people look at Anthony and think like, all right, well, he's either great on the ground or maybe he's going to try to test his hands out. When you were preparing for this, were you guys preparing for a guy that's going to try to either get you down on the ground and try to do jiu-jitsu, or do you think he wants to try to stand and bang with you and to test his hands?
I'm going to hold the mic how you hold it.
Yeah.
I've never
it's like a
seen
cigar
that.
or a fine sifter.
I've never seen that. All right. I don't know what he's going to try to do, and I really don't care because it's not going to work, right? The plan, if it goes according to how I've been seeing it, it doesn't matter what he do. It's not going to work.
And when you think about the Ryan Spann now that's headlining the card, what's the difference of the Ryan Spann that's headlining this card and the Ryan Spann that headlined that LFA card years ago?
It's night and day, man. I honestly, then Like we was talking about it, getting ready for this fight. Like I don't know how you do that, man. Like it's
I know, now I feel all weird though. Throwing up my face. I picked it up and it just casually went like this. Now you're making me second guess my life.
like what did I do in life to become here? Honestly, it's a difference, man. Like I was talking to my nutritionist Eric Pena, and I was talking to my strength and conditioning coach Mike Scacia. He changed it. And you know what? Fuck it. No, I'm going back. We're in here. We're in here now. So I talked to my coaches, and and we basically discovered the fact that I've been coming off the couch, basically doing this, like barely training, doing what I have to do just to get by, just to get to the fight. See now, like I've been posting, we've left no stone unturned. I brought in Eric Pena. I've been working with Mike Scacia, and it's showing like my body, like I feel good. I'm happy. I've been working on my mental game, and talking to a therapist. Like I'm telling you, man, it's completely different. Like it seems like, okay, June, it seemed like all of a sudden I became a different person. Like I have memories of that. Like I can watch me on TV and I'll be sitting and like, man, they don't really seem like me. Like the memories of that stuff is more to me like memories of someone else being told to me, not like I was actually there. And I feel so much different now.
And you kind of touched on it, and I wondered, how much of it is your growth? So it is, would you say the majority of the growth is the mentality, the mental side? Because when I look at these fights, both of you are going to come in physically prepared. Do you think it's going to come down to a battle of wills? Who's going to be willing to go further and push harder? That's going to get the victory at the end of the day?
That is a very real possibility. That could be it. We will see, but, it's hard to, I'm not saying he's full or he's not driven. Like somebody just told me, he had 3 kids and like I do and all that. So we're essentially fighting for the same thing, but at the same time, he's already been where I'm trying to get to. And it's things like that where it's like, I'm hungry. That is not anger that you hear. I dropped a lot of tears just talking about where me and my family then came from. I posted a picture where 2014 when I got married, me and my wife had like cheap busted up rings. It ain't not busted up, but I couldn't afford decent rings to even get married. Like now I was able to go and get her the ring she wanted. Like I was able to get me one. Like it just, things are changing and I have to beat this dude. I have to walk through him to get to where I'm trying to go, to continue to see these differences. And that's why I worked so hard like I did. I got a therapist, got a nutritionist, I'm with my strength coach. Like I'm having to do what I had to do, what I should have been done, but now I know. Like I'm too close now to even risk just trying to show up like I have been. Like most of my camps have been just cutting weight, to be real with you. Like it's just been cutting weight. We've trained and we train hard and all of that, but most of the time it's, what's your weight? Where your weight at? What's your weight? Get your weight down. What's your weight? Like not, this is what we're gonna do, which there is that, because the general, Saif Saud, he makes sure to have that on point, but at the same time for me, my focus has been weight, not how to perform. And like the therapist said, the key to peak performance is total engagement in your task. And now I've gotten to the point to where I can be totally engaged. Like I've noticed like my memories and things like would slip, or I would forget things quickly or not remember things from the past, but at the same time is I wasn't really there. Like I wasn't really there. And now I can be there. That's why you see the Rubiks Cube. Like when I get tired or whatever, I have to focus on what I'm doing. I can't think in the past, or I can't think in the future with anxiety or depression, because I have to focus on whatever I'm doing right now. And that's where we've been.
Nice. And last thing for me, I guess what final things need to happen to make sure that you get your arm raised? Like, what are the keys to the victory? Is it just a matter of showing up and making sure that the mind's clear and that you're able to focus on the thing at hand, coming in with a clear mind? What needs to happen to make sure that your arm's raised at the end of the night?
Go in there, beat me, have fun, and be totally engaged in the task.
I dig it. Best of luck. You can keep that mic the way you hold it. Every other presser from now on, just
That's
hold it
my
like
new
that.
style.
I dig it. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you.
I think time for
Are we back? Okay.
yes, sir.
All right,
Ryan,
back.
thank you for taking the time. If you could just please elaborate on that, putting it all together, firing on all cylinders, getting the nutritionist, feeling good. At what point did you say, okay, I can't just get by on my talent. Now I have to next level?
Honestly, it just seemed like it happened out of nowhere, man. Like, what, around maybe June or so? It just seems like my life just changed. Like, I became a totally different person, a freer person, to where I can understand what I need to do and what I need to accomplish, what I need to do to accomplish what I want to accomplish. And it just seemed like it just kind of happened out of nowhere. I don't know if it was because I was approaching 30. Damn, that's the first time I said that in public. Like, oh my gosh, I'm 30 years old. Man. Oh, man, I can't believe it. Yeah, y'all probably gonna see that thing they did. I was crying at my birthday party, ain't gonna lie. I was looking at my mama like, man, your youngest is 30. Oh, man. But it seemed like it kind of happened out of nowhere, and it just kind of all started to come together on its own, man. Like, it just, like that. And I started to realize, I remember went for a run one day, and shit. Halfway through the run, I just started crying. Like, and I don't know, I don't know what happened. Something came over me, and that's when I realized, I was like, I called Brian Hall, I called Lorenzo, and I was like, I think I need to get therapy. And Brian Hall, for anybody who don't know, is my coach out of Memphis, Tennessee, so law school MMA. And I was like, man, and so they encouraged me to go ahead and do it. You know, I had already talked to Eric Pena about it, and he kind of brought it up. And when I went for my run, I was like, yeah, I'm fucked up. Like, I need to get help. And they encouraged me to go ahead and do it, and that kind of helped spark the change, being able to talk to somebody and like get everything out instead of kind of holding it in.
Well, that's excellent. Thank you for that, because a lot of people, men, women, boxing, MMA, Muay Thai, that whole mental health is not something that
is underestimated, man. People don't realize. People think that it's, oh, you got to be tough and you got to be strong, man. And they think, I don't know. It's like winning solves everything, man. I can win a fight and for whatever reason still be depressed about something and all that shit. Like we even think about Timothy Bradley brought it up, the boxer, when he fought Manny Pacquiao. He was like, he beat Manny Pacquiao, and yet he still went into a funk, like bad. Tyson Fury.
The death threats from the Philippines.
Yeah, like just, I mean, that helped. That helped. That's neither here nor there. The point is, he won a world title and was still, like that. So people think that, man, I'm 6'5", 2 something, and I had an issue, and now we've addressed it, and I'm getting help. Like, man, and I feel a world of different now, man. I feel so much different.
Excellent. Thank you for that. And lastly, Daniel Rodriguez had a similar thing, hurting the hand. Which hand did you break?
My left hand.
Because he mentioned that once that happened, it forced him to step up his jab. What were the benefits you had being not disabled, but having to re-up with that one hand?
We had to modify, because I remember training the whole fight for Nogueira with a broken hand, like the whole camp. I wasn't comfortable with it until I actually got to Rio, and that's when I don't even think I was hitting. I was connecting anything with it. And basically, like, so I would go to Dr. Mann, and I told him, like, we were working on the things, and I'd be like, Doc, I'm gonna knock him out with it. Like, I'm gonna knock him out with it, and then we'll see, you know, because for whatever reason it wasn't healing right. And I mean, sure enough, I did knock him out with it. And I don't know what it forced me to change. It put me in a different perspective on how to fight. Instead of trying to be all strong and powerful, I learned how to fight without, you know, having to be all muscly, if that makes any sense. Like, I ain't got to hit anything hard to get my point across.
Makes perfect sense. Thank you, sir, and good luck on Saturday.
Thank you. Appreciate it.